Hey guys, on today's episode we are working on a 60s Ford Mustang that already has a custom paint job. It's got some front end damage we're going to repair and color match without getting into the rest of the paint. Overall, the owner wants to get the hood fixed along with making the Mustang show car ready for the upcoming season. Now, on custom cars like these, it's very important to document how the car comes into the shop, seeing as this car was painted over 10 years ago, and from what the owner says, it's been sitting for quite a while now. Pops is going to start by sanding back the damage and working the metal back to the original shape.
Of course, he's not here either to see what I'm about to do to this car.
Hammer and dolly and kind of massage that metal a little bit. A little better.
Once he's got the metal worked, he'll use a skimmed coat of filler to shape where the point of these Mustang hoods used to be. Next, we'll bring up the color matching book and dial in the correct color. Once Pop has found a color he thinks would work well, we'll mix exactly the amount that we'll need, and then we'll spray a test panel.
Real heavy metallic. That's pretty close.
Now Pop is just going to dust in the color. Our goal here is to blend in the repaired area with the remaining of the hood. Notice that we're spraying outside of our paint booth. The goal here is just to dust in a small amount of color and then we'll sand it down before clear coating. The hood has already been resanded and is just about ready to pull into the booth for clear coat. Now the owner of the Mustang wants to make the car show car ready, and well, overall the paint finish isn't the greatest. We also just got a 62 Chevy Impala in for a full repaint. This is going to be a fun project. I'll start by covering the wheels, and then I'll tape the edges of the panels. My goal here is to get much of the black sanded out, as close to the flames as possible. You can tell that when the car was base painted black and then the flames were added after, the flames are more of the important part because they are a little bit better quality than the black itself. Now, the goal here is to level some of the texture and bring back some of that clarity back to the paint. It looks like when the car was painted, it never got its cut and buff after. There's a lot of texture and there's even dirt in the paint. So I'm going to do a few test things before we head into clearing the hood, just in case anything happens. After doing a test pass with 3K, it leveled some of the texture but not all of it. So I ended up doing most of the car in 2000 grit and then coming back with 3000 grit on some of the areas. I even had to go to a 1500 grit in some areas where there was some dirt. Using a DA for most of the panels, and then for the rest of the small areas I'll do by hand. After that, we'll buff out the Mustang and then it will be ready for pickup. Now, we have a few classic cars scheduled for these next few weeks, so we're hoping that this next show season is going to be pretty nice and we'll have some cars there that we can showcase. And that's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next episode where we'll be working on a semi-truck that has an interesting paint job as it comes in, but leaves pretty nice. So stay tuned for that one.